By popular demand, let's talk about some futures, okay? So I am an options trader. I've been an options trader for a very, very long time now. I started with stocks. I never touched penny stocks. I went right into options. I started learning options by doing, lost a lot of money along the way, and then I finally found a recipe and a strategy that worked for me. And I have been profitable and very successful ever since. And I've been looking at a lot of opportunities within the marketplace with the options lately, but there's been such low volume out there and it's been choppy and choppy and choppy. And there's a lot of good opportunities out there always in options market. I won't lie to you, but I only focus on a small basket of stocks. And a lot of the times those ETFs like SPY and QQQ, yes, they can pay well, but you need to put a lot of size behind it in order to make your money very quickly. Now, there's a lot of things that go against you in the options market, right? It's very, very frustrating if you've ever lost in the market. I've had the privilege to be profitable for a while now, and I will probably trade options for the rest of my life. But like I said, futures have been kind of shifting my focus a little bit just because there's so much that I hate about the options market that is not involved in futures. And it's so much easier as a trader if you have good risk management skills and patience, of course. So these contracts move a lot, right? So futures market is exactly what you're looking at. You can track the S&P 500, which is the SPY, and you can track the QQQ, which is the tech sector, right? Personally, I've been trading the tech sector futures market, and I have been trading the minis, which move a lot more than something called a micro. So micros move a lot less. If you're a beginner and you want to start getting a little bit less of big moves, then play with the micros, and all you have to do is put an M in front of the names that I'm playing. So if you look over here in this market, I play the 15-minute chart, and here's the 1-hour chart. So this is the Trade of 8 situation. I haven't really played with this desktop too much just because I actually cheat a little bit, and I use the QQQ to my advantage on Thinkorswim. So I have multiple monitors, and I like to look. Oh, whoa, that looks pretty crazy. Is that foreshadowing? We'll see. So I look at the market a lot, and I'll do my technical analysis on the daily chart, the weekly chart. I have my levels set, and I really, really like this, right? So when I do my levels on my daily chart, you can see where my two levels were today, my red target and my blue target. And if you look at it, it was basically to a T, right? So I looked at it earlier today, and I was trading the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute charts, just looking at the hourly, looking at the 5-minute, just everything I could possibly do. Now, this thing is a little distorted because there was this massive wick down. But let me just zoom in over here. The bottom right, what I was looking for on this 1-hour chart was this breakout to test this 380 mark. I saw this pretty far back. There's a couple places that I looked at it. Here was a resistance point back here, a resistance point back here. So I drew it on the QQQ, and I traded futures based off of these levels. So if I go to the 15-minute chart, you can see these levels a little bit better. When I saw it come back to retest, I knew that we were going towards this. And then on this pullback, I was like, all right, you know what? The next test, I'm going for it. Launched it. Now, you would think the options would pay a lot. Options do pay a lot, of course, but there's a lot of risk involved. You have theta going against you. You have, what else goes against you? Chop. If chop, you start losing premium decay. And you have that expiration date that's really kind of screwing with you. So you have to be on the right side at the right time. And if it chops, you're losing in theta decay. So there's 3 of the 4 things that could go wrong against you. Whether it chops, whether it goes the opposite direction, it's expiring. There's so many different things that happen in an options trade that you could be on the right side, but because it wasn't the right timing and it wasn't perfect and maybe it took another 10, 15, 20 minutes, you ultimately don't make as much profit as you would in something like SPY stock or QQQ stock because they don't expire because it's just the stock price. Now, this is where futures are beautiful because you can actually do that. Futures have no theta decay. There's no expiration. They do move a lot. They move a lot. They move just as good as options do, and that's why I love them. They move just as well. They're just as fast and high pace, which I'm really, really happy about, but there's no theta. There is absolutely no decay on these. So if it takes a minute to get there and it doesn't hit your stop loss, then you're good to go. You are so good to go. So let's go into it real quick. This is what's happening in the option or in the futures market right now. This is the NQ. It's basically the QQQ. So I could look at the QQQ right now on the 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart over on these. I don't really see too many levels. I could chart this out a while. I look at it, and low-key, if it goes, what's it sitting at? 378.28. So it's basically flat, right? Basically flat from where it closed. Not exactly sure what's going on over here, this massive wick, but let's just kind of leave that be. If it breaks 380 tomorrow, we have a lot of room up to that 382 level, right? So I'm not going to sit here and buy this right now because there's no volume in the market. I'm going to go to bed and I don't know what's going to happen overnight, right? So what I will do tomorrow is I will chart out my levels. And if I see a nice little break of this point right here, I will take some longs on futures. Now, I could get involved in these right now. The best part about this platform is that you can join the bid, join the ask, buy the market, sell the ask. Now, the problem with options is that if it just goes sideways like this, you're probably going to get stopped out because it's going to slowly melt like an ice cube down because of that expiration and theta decay, right? It's awful. And unless you're selling options, you do not want it to go sideways. And selling options is another beautiful game that we'll talk about another time. But as of right now, I could be in this trade. Let's say I bought right here. And if it just chops me all day, it does not matter. I'm not losing anything. It's still the exact same price in the options market. So I could join the bid right now if I wanted to. Now, it's going to be very, very slow because it's after hours. It's really late at night. It's 10 p.m. So this is not going to move as much as you would think during the day. Now, trust me, when you're looking at the NQ without the micros, these are the minis. The minis move insane. So every $10, this is right here. So 40, this 15, let's just say this is the 15. Let me get rid of this real quick. Let's just say that this is the 15,638. Every $10 this moves, so at 15,648, that is $200 per mini contract. So I rarely buy more than 1 to 3. 3 is a lot. 2 is a lot. Unless you have a very, 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 very small stop loss. This is where futures market is going to be almost, you need to have great entries, right? So it's support lines like this, right? You would want to buy something like right here at the support line, right? So it doesn't really exactly get there for reversal. Now, I'm a reversal trader by trade, and I love that because in the futures market, when you get these massive capitulation candles and you buy calls per se, it's not calls, it's called going long on futures. You buy NQ longs on this. I buy it, it bounces. Next thing you know, I buy one future right here at 15,620. It bounces all the way to where it's at right now, 15,636. I'm already up. What is that? Just about, it's almost $400 a mini. It's about $350 per mini. So if I buy 3 of those, I'm up $1,000 in one tick. Now, sounds beautiful, but this is exactly where you can get yourself burned very, very quickly if you do not have stop losses. So charting out your levels, support and resistance levels are very, very key. So when you play off these reversal levels or these support lines or these resistance zones, these are very, very important. So when you look at futures market, you're going to want to maybe set a limit. Maybe I want to buy a limit down here, and I would just sit there and rest on me, and my stop loss would be very, very, very small. And maybe I would even do like one tick below this just so if it double bottoms and then bounces, that's where my entry would be, right? So my entry right here would be at this level of 15,620. My loss right here would be about 15,608. So it would be a little bit over $200 stop loss. Now, $200 stop loss is nothing compared to what you can make because this move right here, let's just say you caught the short after hours, 15,740 we'll say is where the top was. Let's just say you just caught the top. 15,740 all the way down to 15,640 is a $100 move. That is a $2,000 profit per mini. So if you caught this, not saying you did, I didn't catch this. I didn't even see this after hours. I actually walked away because I only like to take a few futures trades, make my 1,000 to 2,000 target a day, hop out, right? So this contract right here, if I shorted this, all I would do is sell the market or join the ask. I usually like to join the ask because you get a little bit of a better fill, but these move very fast. So if it's going with momentum and you just want to get in, and you can click buy market, buy market, buy market to get out and cover on the sell side, you can literally make a bag off these. It's insane, especially in the morning because let's just say I caught one of these earlier today. I don't even know if it still has my price action history, but this is where it started to fall down. Remember when I said that it broke down, it broke that level. So this very much matches up with what the QQQ did earlier today. You can see it over here. So this is where it pulled back. If we go back to futures, this is where it pulled back. I ended up entering into this level on this breakdown. My huge recipe here is after 3 to 4 red candles, I'm going the reversal for the green side. Not so much the same for the call side because you can scalp ticket if you want and just like get in, get out, make $50, $60, have a stop of 20. You can get in and out really fast. And the best part about this is you can have all these resting orders. But regardless, when I bought this and it ran from 15,620 all the way up to here, I sold the break. I didn't make it all the way to the top, and I should have held it for much longer, but I didn't. But 15,620, I think I got it around a little bit higher than where it was actually going. And I ended up selling on this candle test at 15,672. Look at this. So 40 of these 10 increments, 40 times 200. You do the math there. You can make a ton of money off this. And I could have had my stop loss right here. I could have just set a stop, right? Boom, sell stop, and would have been just fine. Would have been literally just fine. I would have had a sell stop limit right here, and I bought it there, so my break-even price would have been 0, and I could have just been holding this all day. There's no theta, so unless it gets back down to here, that's when you're back at 0. So you could have this consolidation period for a little bit for that next breakout, and next thing you know, you have $0 at risk in your trade, and once it gets up to this level, I don't even know how much that is. A couple $1,000, right? Per mini. So let's just say you bought 2, bought 3, and you're just very, very confident that the stock is going to go up. Well, guess what? You just made a bag. And realistically, you can, I don't even know how to describe this because there's so many different things in the futures market. You can take out 90% of your profits per given trade when you get funded by a prop firm. So let's talk about that for a second. So you can see this platform. It's very cool. You can set your stops. You can basically make it on autopilot. You can get your levels in there, and you can get ordered by a limit. You could get a sell stop like right away, so it'll stop you out no matter what. And basically, you play the game, right? So let's just try to get in right here. This is a join the bid, and it's going to be very hard for me to get in because it's just going to chop around a little bit. So let me zoom in a little bit. I could probably get in here right now. It's only moving at like 1 at a time, but usually this moves at like 5 at a time. So you're up and down like $50 to $100 like very, very fast. That's why executions are everything in the futures market. So let's talk a little bit about futures trading. So there's something called a prop firm, right? You can go into a prop firm and you can apply for the challenge, and they'll give you a simulated account, right? So there's a simulated account that you'll get access to, and you pay a subscription, whether it's $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month, whatever you want to pay for, and they'll give you access to 50 grand, 75 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, whatever you really want to play with, and it gives you a different set of rules. Now, we'll talk about the different set of rules at a certain point, but you're not allowed to go down more than $1,600 in a day, and you're not allowed to go down more than $2,500 in the overall account just to protect themselves for giving somebody capital. Now, they make money based off of somebody giving you a subscription, right? So that's how they make their money, and they pay out to profitable traders. And luckily on their side, it's kind of scummy of them, but they're basically preying on your downfall. So if you're a bad trader and you can't pass the challenge, you have to make $4,500 of simulated money before they'll actually fund you, or 35 or 25. It all depends on what level of income that you're looking to get funded. So that's where they kind of get most people, and that's how they become profitable. So this did not fill me, but it'll sit here right at this point until it does. So I could cancel at any time. I could buy like 6.
Order filled.
Here, we're in 1 now, right? We're down 5, we're down 0, whatever. And the best part is like if I didn't like this trade, I could hit sell market and I would be right out. Or I'm up $10, $15, $20.
Order filled.
$15, we're out, right? So it goes up very quick, and you could just scalp in and out all day long. Now, the market is not completely open, right? So the fact that the market is not open, let's see what we're up on the day. We're up $10 on the day. It's 10:20 p.m. You can trade after hours. You can trade during the hours. You're not going to get a lot of movements after hours, right? But you could scalp in and out, whatever. So now I could get right back in here if I wanted to. I could buy the market if I wanted to.
Order filled.
It's going to give me a worse fill. So now I'm down $10, and I would wait for a little bit of a bounce. Now I'm down 30. So you can see how much like these can end up pushing you down. So it's at 15,639.25. Now we're down 40. So this is all just for example, right? So I'm just in and out. See, notice how this is $50, right? So I'm right here just to this little tick. These are $2. This is only $50. I'm up or down, right? 55, 45. Now I could average in. I don't like that strategy. I'll make another video about strategy, but Futures are moving very, very fast. But the thing is I'm not getting crushed on theta decay. It doesn't matter. So it could sit at this level forever, and I could be down $40, $50. But literally, if it moved up in an hour, I could make my money, right? But I wanted to set a stop loss. All I would do is right click or just click in there wherever I wanted it, whatever level I didn't want to lose at. And this would be 15.37 from 15.640, whatever. I could set my stop. And as soon as it come back down here to test this, I'd be out. But guess what? Now we're up $5.
Order filled.
I'm going to lock out, right? I sold market, so it ended up losing $5, but now we're up $5 on the day. But this will still stay here. So make sure you don't forget to either exit this out, or else once it hits this sell stop limit, you will be short. So you're going to be short. And then if you ever want to be short and buy again, you would buy one limit down here, set it, and then that's how you play. That's how you play. The stop losses on the opposite side too. So you just keep a buy limit down here with a stop, and once you get filled, make sure that you have the buy limit to sell out, or you could buy market or join the bid whenever you want to get out to cover a short position as well. Now I'm going to get rid of this one real quick. So that's kind of just playing around with futures. I hope that kind of helps you out a little bit. And there's a lot of benefits to futures, and there's a lot more strategies that I have in order to be profitable and when the best entries and setups are. That all comes down to technical analysis and volume and what the charts look like on a weekly, daily. And I can go over that in a live session. So if you're very interested in this, just comment below or message me personally. We could talk about different things of different strategies and how I've been so profitable with futures. But some of the most beneficial things about futures are you can get funded 50 to 100K by applying. You can use my code. If you want my link, I'll put it in the description below. And if you wanted to reach out to me personally and join that live class on how I enter in, how I exit, I have a whole PowerPoint to present to people, and I have a whole bunch of live trading access as well. You can join into the Discord. I'm going to start over a nice little Discord link and a coaching program for how to trade futures, because not a lot of people in the space do it. And I know a ton of people have lost a lot of money in options, and it's kind of sad to see. So many people I've talked about, they're like, oh, I tried the market in 2021, got my ass burned. In 2022, got my ass burned. In 2023, I don't even have any hope for the market because I lost everything. But there's a lot of bad apples in the space, and a lot of people didn't really educate the options market very well because they just post these massive gains, and there's so many different factors that go against you in an options market. And honestly, options are designed to go to zero. So if you're an options seller, you can be very profitable over time. If you're an options buyer, you need to really, really be good at what you do, and you need to analyze the market very well. So if you're a beginner and you just hop into options and put a lot of money at risk, ultimately you fail. And that's the saddest part, because so many people try to get you to be really great traders because they're good traders, when in reality, that's just not how it goes. And it's sad to see, but I want to bring more value to the community about showcasing that this is much more sustainable for a beginner trader, because it really just depends on where you enter and where you exit and your risk management. So I could teach levels, I could teach technical analysis, so can anybody else in the space. You could watch videos on it, it doesn't really matter, but futures trading will change the game because there's no theta. It doesn't matter if it chops, and there's no expiration date. So you're not going to lose value by holding something for a long time. You can actually stay true to your levels, set your stop loss, and keep your stop loss very, very small, because your risk to reward in the futures market, if you can have some patience and you have really good entry points, is astronomical. So another benefit is you do not pay short-term capital gains tax, because every single time that you buy something in the futures market and you have a funded account, you do not pay short-term capital gains because, well, it's not your money. So you're getting taxed as income. Right? So if you are using a prop firm, then you just are using this as income, and that is why you don't pay the short-term capital gains tax. And there's just so many added benefits that I don't want to just sit here and bore you. The video is almost 20 minutes long, and that's all I wanted to put it at, is about 20 minutes. So futures market, absolute beautiful thing to play. These platforms are called Tradevate. I use Take Profit Trader, and I really want to help you guys out. Get set up. You can use my code. You can get free months. You can get a couple 50% off. I don't really get any affiliates from it, so I'm not sitting here just promoting it because I get paid from it. It's more so because this opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I make just as much money, if not more, in the futures market because it's so fast. And within 15 minutes, I could be done. It's all it takes is one trade in the futures market. You know, 1 mini, 2 minis, 3 minis, or even the micros. You could buy a bunch of micros, and you're set. You can make your $300, $500, $1,000 within seconds, and you're done for the day. Shut the brokerage off and just come back the next day. So set a daily goal for yourself and you're good to go. So video is about at 20 minutes now. I hope this helps give you a little bit of an intro to futures. There's a lot more I want to go over with strategy, other benefits, and how you can make a good amount of income just by buying and selling. Some of these levels on the S&P 500 and the NQ. Last thing I'll say is the NQU3 is the futures mini for the QQQ, and the ESU3 is the mini futures for SPY, so the S&P 500. So this one does not move as crazy as the NQ. I like NQ because I like risk, and I like to be a quick trader. But ESU is a great one, and any one of these that you don't want them to move as much, if you're a beginner just trying to test out and they don't move as crazy, you would just put an M in front of the ESU for the SPY, or the M in front of the NQU for the QQQ, and you're golden. So it's a little bit of a setup. Hope this is a great intro. If you have any questions, hit the comments. And if you're interested in that free live class where there's a lot of strategies over futures, please reach out to me and let's get it going, baby.